Nadu మాజీ సీఎం జయలలిత మరణంపై సందేహాలు వ్యక్తమవుతున్న నేపథ్యంలో ఆమెకు వైద్యం చేసిన డాక్టర్లు అనుమానాలు నివృత్తి చేస్తున్నారు. ప్రస్తుతం వాళ్ళు మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. లైవ్ చూద్దాం.
Did you give your visiting card to him? I did have the privilege of meeting Mr. Vaiko, and of course I'm very happy to give people my card if when I meet them. Doctor, I'm going to take a question from the front here. No. There's no question at all about poisoning. I really don't know where this came from, but and if anyone with an understanding of the detailed care that goes on in intensive care unit and the fact that everything was looked for would realize how silly that is. It's clear what the disease process was. There's nothing mysterious about it. And she was looked after and monitored in the highest fidelity, and the poisoning thing is nonsense.
Doctor, what were the interactions you had with Mrs. Sasikala?
Dr. Beale, I have a question which is not
correct for her diabetes before she said it, because there's a lot of speculation that some medicines did not act correctly on the body.
I have no knowledge of what happened before she was admitted.
Can you tell us what her vital signs were like when she arrived at the hospital? Was her you said her diabetes was uncontrolled?
I'm afraid we've given as much information, as much details we're prepared to give on that.
Doctor, your interactions with Mrs. Sasikala Natarajan.
I'm going to go over there, please.
Was a apnea test done before you finally decided to declare? Was that necessary?
No. Okay, let me clarify that a little bit.
Because
she had a cardiac death. So once someone has a cardiac death, that's death. So we don't have to do apnea test at all. She had no heartbeat.
So that's some of the rumors that were going around. So just wanted to...
No,
Doctor, your interactions with Mrs. Sasikala Natarajan, any of you can answer this.
Sorry, say that again.
Your interactions with Mrs. Sasikala Natarajan.
Yes, so I met Mrs. Sasikala on a number of occasions. Both as the close friend and confidant of the Honourable late Chief Minister, and when she was in the room and elsewhere. I can say that she was present much of the time and was closely engaged in the care in a very caring and supportive manner.
Sir, Balaji sir. Sir, Balaji sir. Sir, preda parisodhane seyyapattada sir?
I'm going to go to this gentleman who has his hand up here.
Preda parisodhane sir, no postmortem done.
Please.
Future la vandu visaranaiku aditha.
Sorry, sir. I'll come to you in a moment. I'm going to this gentleman.
Was the bacteria identified? What was the bacteria?
So I'm afraid we're not prepared to go into that level of details, except to say that the infection was identified and the antibiotic therapy was appropriate.
So, Balaji sir?
No, I'm going to go to the gentleman over there who I promised to come back to. Sir, no, the gentleman behind you.
சார், இன்னைக்கு தமிழ்நாட்டில் எல்லாருக்குமே இருக்க சந்தேகம் என்னன்னா, முதலமைச்சர் முன்னாள் முதலமைச்சர் டிசம்பர் 5ஆம் தேதி இறக்கல, அதுக்கு முன்னாடியே இறந்துட்டாங்க, அதுக்காக தான் பதப்படுத்தப்பட்டதுன்னு சொல்லி மக்களோட சந்தேகம். இதை அரசாங்க சார்பா நீங்க பிரஸ் மீட் வச்சிருக்கீங்க, தெளிவுபடுத்த வேண்டியது உங்களுடைய பொறுப்பு. ரெண்டாவது கேள்வி என்னன்னா, மருத்துவமனை சார்பா என்ன சிகிச்சை கொடுக்கப்பட்டது அப்படின்ற பிரஸ் ரிலீஸ் நிர்பந்திக்கப்பட்டு கொடுக்கப்பட்டதா? அந்த மாதிரி ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் இது வரைக்கும் கொடுக்கல, நிர்பந்திக்கப்பட்டு கொடுக்கப்பட்டதா, இல்ல மருத்துவர்கள் அவங்களோட சுதந்திரமா ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் கொடுக்க முடிஞ்சதா, இல்ல ஏதாவது பிரஷர் இருந்ததா?
அவங்க சுதந்திரமா தான் அவங்களுக்கு வைத்தியம் செஞ்சாங்க. அவங்க இறந்தது 5 டிசம்பர், அதற்கு முன்னால் அல்ல. வேற என்ன சார் கேள்வி? டாக்டர் பிரதாப் ரெட்டியின் பேர குழந்தைக்கு இன்னைக்கு இந்த நாளைய மறுநாள் திருமணம், அதனால் அவர் வரவில்லை.
Doctor, I have a question. So,
just one question, Doctor.
Can I just, gentlemen, now listen, please. Let me say something. We've been going now for an hour. I think we've covered most of what we want to say. If there are any please let me finish. I will just hear one or two last points, not shouted, and then we will deal with them if we can, and then we will be closing. You, sir, who are you and where are you from, please? Would you use the microphone, sir, so everyone can hear you, please?
December 5th, by 12 o'clock, you wrote a letter to the Apollo Hospital and open letter to the public.
Yes.
You are unable to do the treatment to the Madam Jayalalithaa. So you become finally to find out that she will be no more on the day?
The sequence of events at the end, of course, when I had been in touch, even though I wasn't in Chennai at that time with the team, and we'd been talking about ongoing care matters. When this event happened, I was informed, although I couldn't get to Chennai in time to help with the care just because of the realities of the travel distance. I was participating remotely as one of a number of people trying to give advice and make sure the right things were done. So I knew what was happening. I released my statement because so many people were approaching me. Like everyone, I was surprised. It was out of the blue, the collapse. It was a tragedy when we thought she was on the road to recovery. As I said in my statement, absolutely everything that could have been done in any hospital in the world was done. The Apollo team did a tremendous job with immediate resuscitation and providing ECMO. Most hospitals would not be able to do that, and they did it, and they did it exceptionally well.
Professor, just one question.
The truth is, though, when patients have cardiac arrests and end up needing ECMO, the outcome is very poor. She was then maintained on the ECMO circuit to see whether the heart had a chance to recover and start beating again. It did not. And then after an appropriate period, the futility of the situation was accepted. That's what happened. But I couldn't be here in time, I'm sorry to say, but had I been, there was nothing I could have done. Everything that could have been done and should have been done was done. I will take one final question.
Professor, here,
and I'm going to go.
Just one. Yeah.
Okay, I will take two then. One from you and one from you, and then we're done. Sir.
Okay, Professor, I just wanted to, just taking off from where you left, as far as the ECMO machine is concerned, isn't it normal practice that you ask the patient's closest relative or somebody to take a call on whether this can be, it is futile, so whether a call can be taken on stopping the ECMO support to a patient? Isn't it normal practice to ask a personal relative?
Precisely how this is done is different in different places. Dr. Babu will talk to how it was done here, but in the general sense, what is done, because this is a highly technical issue, is that the ECMO is run, a whole range of tests are done and manipulations done to try and give the very best opportunity for the heart to recover and also to assess the rest of the bodily functions. At some point, if it becomes obvious that this is futile and recovery is impossible, then a decision is made to stop. This is communicated and shared with appropriate close family relatives, and then things are stopped. That's the general way it's done. That's how it would be done in my hospital. Obviously, I cannot speak to the precise details of how it was done here, although I imagine that was the process that was followed. Dr. Babu may wish to comment.
That's exactly the way we did. A medical decision was taken after examining that it was futile. That is communicated to all the senior secretaries in the government, ministers who were there, and to the family. And no, the decision was ours. Decision was the medical decision. That is an information that was given.
So I'm going to take one last question.
Technically, treatment bill is about 5.5 crores, sir. Around 5 to 5.5 crores.
So, I am going to
treatment bill, sir, 1 minute, sir. Regarding the bill, it is about 5 to 5.5 crores, sir. The bill has been handed over to the family. The payment will be made by the. ஆமா எங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சது நாங்க அந்த ஃபார்ம் பண்ணும்போது அவங்கள நாங்க போய் பார்த்தோம். ஆமா அந்த மாதிரி நடந்ததா இல்ல. Was there any, sir, Dr. Babu, was there any, 1 minute madam, was there any situation where you felt Madam Jayalalithaa madam did keep any thumb impression anywhere? No. To our knowledge, no, sir.
No. Right, I'm going to take the last question I promised, sir. Please, the gentleman in the green shirt, I am not going to be shouted at. So I'm going to take this question from over here, please.
Doctor, thank you. My question is, when was the last time Ms. Jayalalithaa spoke? And she was in ICU for more than 75 days. Was there at any time a plan to move her home, to treat her from home? And was there an attempt to deliberately keep her indefinitely in the ICU also?
I'll pass that over to Dr. Babu, other than saying the trajectory that was planned was ICU, then room, then when off the ventilator, completely and sufficiently rehabilitated, home, or maybe to some form of rehabilitation outside hospital. But tragically, we never quite got to that stage. But he will speak to the detail.
So, to answer your question, she was speaking till the time she had the arrest. Just before she had the arrest, she said she was feeling breathless. That's why I put her back on the ventilator. And so till last minute she was doing that. The other question is the plan. No, that was in the process of being planned. As our chairman had said, she could be sent home anytime she wanted, provided we were able to set up everything at home. So people who are taking her home need to be comfortable taking her home, to have the physiotherapy, nursing care provided. So we were working towards it. I was made to believe that things were being done at home to get it ready. So, so she had finished the physiotherapy. She was tired. She was lying down after the physiotherapy. That time she called. She's a doctor by the side. She said, "I'm feeling a bit breathless." She was only on oxygen. The doctor who was there. Okay, so the doctor put her on a ventilator because she said she is feeling a bit breathless. Okay, even after putting on the ventilator, her breathing did not settle, so we did some changes on the ventilator. No, there are a lot of medical personnel were there. I don't deal with the bill. Sorry, ma'am, I don't deal.
So, right.
Apollo Hospital told me that the bill comes to about. Sir, I was told that the bill comes to about 5 to 5.4 crore approximately. This question can be addressed to the CEO of the hospital, sir. I inquired this and came here. But whether it has been handed over, I was told it was handed over to the family, sir. The CEO of the hospital will be in a correct position.
So,
sir, I will clarify it with the Apollo management and come back to you and answer, sir, because I am not aware to whom it was handed over.
So,
when we again meet,
right.
When we again meet.
This I'm
not allowed inside the hospital. You say she's a family member. Why was she not allowed?
I'm afraid you are asking questions that we've made clear we cannot answer. We are only able to answer the medical questions because those are the only things we have knowledge of and within the parameters I explained at the beginning. Now, I think you will agree we have given our time and answered as fairly and honestly as we can for what I have to say has been quite a difficult experience.
The last question, sir, shall we wind up the meet?
All right, then this will be the this will be the very last question, and we will not answer another one. Sir, use your last question.
So what is so confidential when you have open briefing like this, sir? I heard from both the doctors. Sorry,
I didn't get you.
No, sir, you are often mentioning a word called confidential. So what is to be so often confidential which can't be even divided in a briefing like this?
Okay, can I ask you a question? If you fall sick, come into the ICU, would you like every detail of your illness to be told to everyone? No, I don't think so. To say that this is going, that is fair to anyone, whoever it is. But whatever is available in the public domain, we have answered that. I don't think I can tell you more than this because, as I said, her privacy I have to respect. Second, there is a court issue going on too. So based on these two, I cannot say more than this. Whatever is in the public domain, we have explained that.
So there we are. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and now we must conclude. Okay, we will take the embalming question, but that's the only question.
I'll go through the entire process. I'll tell you what all happened. No, am I allowed to speak? Tamil solnona Tamil sollidren. Both okay, fine. See, after the former Chief Minister was declared dead, I received a call from both the Secretary for Health and the Health Minister saying an unfortunate incident has happened and I was asked to move my team for embalming. And the team is always in place because we do get private embalming calls and voluntary body donations at Madras Medical College. So I called up my team. I asked them to move to Apollo Hospital, and I moved separately because I live in Krompet. Many of you might have seen me walking down the Greaves Road that night. I went to the hospital, my team was already in place. We followed the normal embalming procedure. Normal embalming procedure gardu femoral artery la நாங்க catheter போட்டு அது வழியா 5.5 liters pump in பண்ணுவோம். அதே மாதிரி தான் right femoral artery la தான் we did. Everywhere because we need to check it out. Tracheostomy பண்ணிருக்கு, femoral punctures பண்ணிருக்கு, அதெல்லாம் நான் செக் பண்ணணும், செக் பண்ணினேன். நீங்க சொல்ற இந்த இப்ப நீங்க காமிச்ச படத்துல இருக்கிற அளவுக்கு டீப்பா அவ்வளவு பள்ளமான டாட்ஸ் இல்ல. இங்க 3 இருந்தது. இன்னொன்னு நீங்க நோட் பண்ணிருக்கலாம், அவங்களுடைய உதடு கொஞ்சம் தடிமனா தெரிஞ்சது, which is not the normal. Knowing Madam Jayalalithaa for many years, அவங்க உதடு தடிமனா இருந்தது. ஆனா as a doctor I could understand அது எதனால. tracheostomy போடும்போது இங்க ஆங்கர் பண்ணுவாங்க போட்டு, otherwise it will slip down. Same way tracheostomy ல சில சமயத்துல வென்டிலேட்டர் போடும்போது இப்படி போட்டு அதை கிளாம்ப் பண்ண வேண்டி இருக்கும். அந்த கிளாஸ் வந்து நிச்சயமா யார் வென்டிலேட்டர்ல இருந்தாங்களோ அந்த மாதிரி வென்டிலேட்டர்ல இருந்த பேஷண்ட்ஸுக்கெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் உதடு தடிமனா தான் இருக்கும். So I only saw these இவ்வளவு deep dots இல்ல. There were 3-4 dots here, ecchymotic dots, which I told you earlier also. And the ecchymotic dots, I only thought, okay, tracheostomy இங்க ஆங்கர் பண்ணிருக்காங்க, plus இந்த வென்டிலேட்டர் இப்படி கிராஸ்ப் ஆயிருந்திருக்கு அப்படின்னு பார்த்துட்டு everywhere else I checked and we started the embalming procedure. And to repeat whatever I have told you, embalming பண்ணும்போது the whole process took about 15 minutes. Femoral la நாங்க right femoral. I'll also tell you for those of you who may not know the procedure, right femoral la நாங்க ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணும்போது right side leg க்கு right femoral la டைரக்டா போட்டா அந்த சர்க்குலேஷன் right side leg க்கு கிடைக்காது. So right side leg க்கு மட்டும் தனியா முதல்ல பண்ணிட்டு, which took about 3-4 minutes, after which we started pumping it through the entire body. Through the entire body பண்ணும்போது except for mucosal leaks வேற எங்கேயும் கொஞ்சம் lips la konjam nostrils la there were mucosal leaks. That apart there were no other leaks. The color did not change. Of course embalming fluid அங்கதா போய் mix பண்ணினோம். அப்படி mix பண்ணும்போது instead of using the normal formalin, ஒரு 2.5 liters formalin போடுறதுக்கு முன்னால we used a little isopropyl alcohol because madam அவங்க காம்ப்ளெக்ஷன் எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும், பிங்கிஷ் காம்ப்ளெக்ஷன்ங்கிறதுனால ஃபார்முலினை ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு I took a decision of using more isopropyl alcohol. This is what happened, and I will not be able to answer why the dots are appearing much deeper in the social media. எனக்கு 11:35-36 அந்த டைத்துக்கு ஒரு ஃபோன் வந்தது சார். எனக்கு ஹெல்த் மினிஸ்டரும் ஃபோன் பண்ணாரு, ஹெல்த் செக்ரட்டரியும் ஃபோன் பண்ணாங்க. தேங்க்யூ. அந்த ஐயர் இறுதி சடங்கு பண்ண ஒரு ஐயர் வந்து கொஞ்ச நாள் முன்னாடி